Confidence Through Cabaret. My name is Heather. I'm so excited that you're here for Masterclass Monday. It's exciting. So today we are featuring the amazing Amber Clyde, who is talking all about dreamscaping and all about what it is that we want and finding out what we want. And we've talked here on this channel, quite a bit about, figuring out your values and what's truly important to you. We've talked about goal setting and how to set those in a way that causes us to be more successful. And we've talked about mindset, and we've talked about self-limiting beliefs and not stopping ourselves. But what do you truly want? Do you know what is it that you truly desire in alignment with your values? That it's one thing having goals and saying, this is what I'm going to achieve by this date. At this point, I'll have these things or do these things or know these things or whatever your goals are about. But really knowing what you want is the final piece of our alignment. So it is February 1st. For me, it's been a very long year already, so I'm really excited to be here on February 1st. But it's a great month for remembering love and for remembering care. And sometimes we put that out for other people. Do you know, sometimes we fail to think about what it is that we want. And so this month, we're going to be talking a lot about self-care, and we're going to be talking a lot about self-acceptance and self-love. But it starts with knowing what it is that you want so that you can honor that. You can't have inner alignment if you really don't get it, what it is that you want. And I think when I look back, there were lots of goals that I set, and I went through all of the mindset and I did all the things. But then if somebody would say, what do you want? Like, what do you truly desire? I didn't know how to answer that, or I wouldn't have known how to answer that if I was supposed to answer that question. So when we look at our masterclass, which is up on www.confidencethroughcabaret.com, all the Confidence Through Cabaret on socials, when we talk about dreamscaping, which is our masterclass for February, I'm so excited about this one. Then it's about going through and doing the work to figure out what we want. What's our voice really telling us? What are our deeper knowing sort of symbols? What, and it's not about like, what do I want in terms of like, I want more things necessarily, although for some of us it might be. It's also about getting clear on, how do I want to feel? How do I want to show up? How do I want to be? How do I not want to be? How do I want what it is that I want? Like I know that I have this thing, or I know that I want this thing, but more than that, it's about really being clear on who you are, if you get down to the bottom of it. And so when I went through the dreamscaping exercise with Amber, which you can do on the masterclass on confidencethroughcabaret.com, then I really got an opportunity to say, I don't know what I want. And then to just be quiet and listen and find the things. And I found that I actually want less than I thought I would have wanted. I thought it would be a list of things for me, and it wasn't. It was a lot about, how do I want to feel, and how do I want to do that? How do I, so if I want to feel good in my body, then how do I want to do that? How do I want to approach it? And how do I want to feel at the end of that? And so for me, that's what came up. I'm sure that for other people, it would be, what I've always wanted is to have a yacht and to be able to sail it. And that's great, because that's something I want to have and something I want to do. But it always comes back to, how do I want to feel? So it's a really worthwhile exercise to do. You can listen to the podcast on Wednesday because we'll be featuring Amber's work all week. And Amber talks about, kind of 4 principles or 4 pillars, which is about who are you, self-care, gratitude, and forgiveness. And, one feeds into the other. So in order for us to care for ourselves, we need to know what it is that we want. We had a discussion for another podcast that we were filming earlier in the week, or I guess it would have been last week now. And it was quite interesting because we were talking about self-care and about, how we reward ourselves. And it occurred to me that that is so key, that we know what we want in order to know how we reward ourselves. So for example, we were talking about, if I reward myself by buying something or eating something or doing something, it should be in alignment with our goals. It should be in alignment with what it is that we want. So for example, if I want to feel good in my body, I want to feel strong, I want to feel energized, and I want to feel confident in my body, then rewarding myself with a cupcake is not going to do that. Rewarding myself with something more honoring, like a stretch class, which I did do at the weekend, really made me feel good in my body, which is how I want to be, which is how I want to feel. And that's one of my goals. And that's part of what I want. And so it all kind of links back to getting really clear on what are your desires and what are your intentions and what are your values, as well as your goals. And so, a lot of things that came up for me when I was doing the dreamscaping exercise was about what are my beliefs as well. So the idea, for those of you who haven't seen the masterclass yet, and it's only just gone up today, so probably you haven't, but seriously, do go over to the website and check it out. It's one of the things that came up for me when I was going through it was linked very much to my beliefs and was linked very much to my boundaries as well, which we'll talk about very soon on this channel. But the dreamscaping exercise is to get quiet and to sit and to just breathe into ourselves, and then to just write without limit. And I tried to think about it, as in, if failure is not an option, then what do I need to get clear on? And just let go of any of those kind of obstacles that says, yeah, but, and, limit. It was much more about let go and just do it, and just try to find that inner voice that you can express that lets us be more clear about what we want. So I absolutely loved this masterclass. I felt so good afterwards. I felt like I could shake off some of the just the tensions and the life things, and just get rid of that, and then do that again and sit and think, what do I want? What are my desires? What are my beliefs? What are my intentions? And then just sit and write for several minutes. So I intend to do that once a week, at least for a while, because what I like when I'm journaling, or what I like when I'm getting clear on things, is to look for patterns. It's the same when we measure goals. We look for patterns, not the one time you did or the one time you didn't, not the kind of the halo or the horns thing, but actually patterns of what's going on. And so I intend to do this dreamscaping of sitting and being clear and going through the exercise once a week for a while, and then see what those patterns are and what it brings up. And then I can align that with the goals, or make sure that it's aligned with the goals. So I'm so excited and so proud to be presenting this masterclass, or at least introducing this masterclass. I'm not presenting this one. This is all Amber, and this is all her program that she's taking us through the understanding of those 4 pillars. So do join us. Check out the podcast. Will be up on Wednesday, Confidence Recovery, wherever you get your podcasts. And then check out the masterclass that is up today, all about dreamscaping. Enjoy it. Let us know what you think. Like and subscribe below, comment below, but let us know what you think. If you haven't watched the masterclass and you just want to dive into the dreamscaping, then just sit in a nice quiet space, be still, take some nice deep cleansing breaths, and then just write for a few minutes. Put in some nice soft music, maybe, if that helps you, and then just sit and write. What do I want? And just keep asking, what do I want? What else do I want? What else do I want? What do I wish I were? What do I wish I had? What do I wish I was or wasn't? And then do that round again. That's the cool thing. That's when things started to open up for me, is in round two, because the first time was a little bit stilted, a little bit, yeah, and there was still that little inner saboteur, my toxic best friend. So do the round again, and you'll start to see things coming out. And let us know how you get on. Confidence Recovery community on Facebook. We will be talking about that this week. We'll be sharing what it is that we want. We'll be sharing support on how to get that. So do join us on our Facebook community. All the socials are Confidence Recovery. I am at Heather YBYWYS, and that is on Clubhouse. And we're also on Twitter at YBYWYS, and that stands for it's your body, it's your world, and it's your stage. Thank you for joining us. Come back tomorrow. We will be talking a lot more about getting clear. We'll be talking about let's get personal. And all week we'll be talking about who are you, your self-care, gratitude, and forgiveness. Thanks for joining.